Okay, so now we'll start again. Moinzer Manete, Mr. Lorry laid his hand upon the Defart's arm. Do you remember nothing of this men? Look at him, look at me. Is there no old banker, no old business, no old servant, no old time rising in your mind, Moinzer Mente? So here, Mr. Lorry was trying to make him recall the past of the shoemaker with mentioning about himself, mentioning about the servant, mentioning about the banker and all the people who were there in his past. As the captive of many years sat looking fixedly, the captive of many years sat looking fixedly. He was continuously looking, and the meaning of the term captive is a person who has been taken as a prisoner. So, the person who has been taken as the prisoner at Mr. Lorry and at Defarge, some long obliterated marks of an actively intent intelligence in the middle of the forehead gradually forced themselves through the black mist that had fallen on him. Obliterated means blotted out. Actively intent intelligence means sharp mind. And black mist means amnesia or forgetfulness. So at this question of the Mr. Lorry, he was trying to take out his old memories from his sharp mind. Means it was like some clouds were there on his mind, and he was trying to remove those clouds to come to bring out those memories of his past. They were overclouded again, they were fainter, they were gone, but they had been there. Whatever the things were there, the memories were faint, the memories were very less, but some of the memories were there with the shoemaker. And so exactly was the expression repeated on the fair young face of her who had crept along the wall to a point where she could see him. Now this is about the daughter of the shoemaker, who was also looking at them, who was listening to all this conversation from the side of the wall so that the shoemaker could not see him. Now here the term is used, crept. Crept means moved slowly. So she was coming forward, moving slowly. And where she now stood looking at him, and at this point his daughter was looking in front of him, looking at him with hands which at first had been only raised in frightened compassion, with her open hands which were opened at first because of the fear, but now, if not even to keep him off and shut out the sight of him, but which were now extending towards him. Now his daughter was extending her hands towards the shoemaker. So now everyone was in the scene: the shoemaker, the servant, the old friend Mr. Lorry, and the daughter of the shoemaker, Lucy. Trembling with eagerness to lay the spectral face upon her warm young breast and love it back to life and hope, So exactly was the expression repeated, though in stronger characters, on her fair young face, that it looked as though it had passed like a moving light from him to her. So on both the faces, on the face of the shoemaker and on the face of his daughter, the expression was same, although the intensity was fastened on the face of the young fair face of his daughter, and they both were willing to meet each other. Darkness has fallen on him in its place. He looked at the two less and less attentively, and his eyes in gloomy abstraction sought the ground and looked about him in the old way. Finally, with a deep, long sigh, he took the shoe up and resumed his work. So here all these were the expressions only that were presented by the shoemaker and his daughter when both of them looked at each other. And the darkness has fallen. They both looked at the two less and less attentively, and his eyes in gloomy abstraction sought the ground and looked about him in the old way. And when he looked at all this, now he was trying to recall his old days. Finally, with a deep long sigh, he again took a deep breath and he took up the shoe and he started working over his shoe once again. The expressions were there, but both of them did not speak anything. "Have you recognized him, Moiser?" asked Defarge in a whisper. Now, in a slow voice, the servant asked the shoemaker about the daughter of the shoemaker, that are you able to recognize her? Are you able to recognize him? Now, when they have explained you so much about your past, now are you able to identify who are they? Yes, for a moment. At first I thought it quite hopeless, but I have unquestionably seen for a single moment the face that I once knew so well. Let us draw further back. Now here he said that yes, for a moment, at first I thought it quite hopeless. Means at first I was not able to recall them. I was quite hopeless because I was not able to recall these people at all. But I have unquestionably seen for a single moment the face that I once knew so well. But now I can remember that this is the face that once I knew so well. Means in my past I knew this person so well. And let us draw further back. Go back to your work. She had moved from the wall of the garret very near to the bench on which he sat. Now, the daughter of the shoemaker, who was sitting by the side of the wall of that garret, the top floor, the room, now she came almost near to the shoemaker, to about the bench where the shoemaker was sitting. There was something awful in his unconsciousness of the figure that could have put out its hand and touched him as he stooped over his labor. There was something awful means awkward, the unusual situation, or in his unconsciousness. Consciously means when you are doing something deliberately, you are aware of your actions. Unconscious, when you are not doing the action deliberately, not by the command of your mind, but you just do it. So there was something awful in his unconsciousness of the figure that could have put out its hand and touched him as he stopped over his labor. Not a word was spoken, not a sound was made. She stood like a spirit beside him, and he bent over his work. Now his daughter was very much near to him, but even then there was no reaction, no sound, no conversation, no exchange of words, no exchange of thoughts. The girl was standing there like a spirit beside him, and he was continuously busy with his work. It happened at length that he had occasion to change the instrument in his hand for his shoemaker's knife. Now what was the next? Here it happened at length, after so long, the point came when the shoemaker moved his hand to pick up the another instrument, a shoemaker's knife, to do his work. It lay on that side of him which was not the side on which she stood, and that shoemaker's knife was lying on the other side where his daughter was not standing. He had taken it up, he took up the knife and was stooping to work again, and he was starting his work again, when his eyes caught the skirt of her dress. And during all this, when he took up the knife and he was about to start with his shoe again, he had a look of that skirt that the girl, the daughter, was wearing. He raised his and saw her face. Now he raised his head and saw the face of his daughter. The two spectators started forward, but she stayed them with a motion of her hand. The two spectators, now here when we are talking about the father and the daughter, who are the two spectators? The two spectators are the servant and the Mr. Lorry, who was the friend of the shoemaker. They started moving towards them, but the daughter stopped them by the signal of her hand. She had no fear of his striking at her with the knife, though they had. So now when the shoemaker took the knife in his hand, why the two spectators started moving? Because they had the fear that the shoemaker would harm the daughter with the knife. But the daughter stopped them. The two spectators had the fear, but the daughter did not have any such fear in her mind. He started at her with a fearful look, and after a while his lips began to form some words, though no sound proceeded from them. Now the shoemaker was looking at his daughter with a fearful look, and he was, after some time, there was the lip movement from the shoemaker. He was trying to say something, he was about to speak something, but it was very difficult, very hard for him to speak something. So the lip movement was there, but no sound came from the shoemaker, from the lips of the shoemaker. So this is all about this chapter. The extract that has been taken, it is just showing that a person came out of the prison after 18 years, and then one of his old friends and his daughter went to meet him. and here all the scene is described in this chapter.